Hey everyone, this is Dragonland, and welcome back to episode 6 of Wytchwood. We've got to make all this stuff. And first off, I need to get more bug core. Necromantic charm needs sticks. Death certificate, Drake Fang from Swamp, which means Dawn, the Northern Obelisk calls for proof of the dead. Get the death certificate yet. That means I need to make this. I don't have to make that. Now I need to go back to the fields. I need a bottle of water. Bottle of milk. First, let's do this to get some more smelling salts. Bug infested area. Thank you very much. There we go. I need another snare, which I have. I'll use the apothecary humors. I can get a hold of that. I'll get to first through the portal once I collect all these frogs. Caught. And another one caught. Okay. That's good. I just need to make these, which means I need more clay in that. Not too hard to do. We're currently in a swamp. With a stick. Need more clay. Clay. Okay, which one needs the apothecary humors? No, that's the Drake Fang. That's the necromantic charm. So this one needs body collection. The Southern Obelisk asks for a collection of bodily fluids to breathe new life into an unliving vessel, and fill the bowl with an offering of anatomic liquids. The fluid slowly disappears if it's being drained by some unseen thirst until only the wet residue remains. trapped. Oh, round we go. Let's ask this leech. Oh, truth of death. Wishes for a death certificate. The shadowy doctor prowls amongst the cots, eyeing the weakest patients with a dark hunger. She snaps a quivering tentacle at you as you approach. Not a step closer, who knows what sort of disgusting maladies you might be carrying. Yes, I'm a pox-ridden wretch, I know, but I need a death certificate from you. Specifically of the short-bearded man we spoke about. His wife is in no condition to roll her chair through the swamp, so she's asked me to collect it for her. I don't simply give out death certificates to anyone, claiming to be someone's aunt, grandmother, or friend. This is a legitimate operation. She turns her back to you and rummages through a nearby medicinal cabinet. Now where has that serum got to? Don't tell me we're already out. What's the matter? Out of stock? It's a shame you don't have the time to go out yourself. He tensions at your continued presence. What are you getting at? Medicine for that death certificate. I think that's a fair trade, don't you? You would barter when people's lives are on the line? Fine, you'll have your paperwork, you filthy degenerate. Clearly too angry to speak with you, she shoves a list of required medicinal supplies into your hands. Give the dragonfly. Leech takes the wings with surprisingly delicate touch and lays them out carefully along the surface of a clear shelf. Here's your skeeter snoot. Leech inspects the sparbs before placing each of them carefully into a velvet-lined container alongside other excruciating-looking instruments. Now she just needs the medicinal poultice, what I can make easily. There we go. Here's your potions. The leech stuffs the poultice into an unsanitary-looking cabinet without a second glance. I've run your errands, now I really must insist on that death certificate. There's no need to get prickly, I have your papers right here. The leech extends her moist arm and thrusts a poorly written note into your hands. You shake the mucus from the paper and try to decipher the loopy, illegible scribbles. You're not even sure that the leech spelled the poor man's name right. I suppose it's better than nothing. But next time I need a doctor's note, I'm better off forging the signature myself. All that's left is the necromantic palm, which I need. Burn off. That's a snare, so that's pretty good. I need make glue though. So I need 2 of these. And I need to make a jar now. Better know my limits now. I wonder where all the clay mounds went to. Actually. Collect a jar of water. Now I need to make magic paste, which requires jumping all the way. And no, I need one more piece of clay. There we go. Alright. Let's craft this. And run off to Do this. Rotten aperture. Get in there before the totem takes me out. To the fields. I need cow's milk. Oh. What's left is to make that glue. And make the sacrifice. The necromantic needs pumpkin burn, which means I just need to snare a thing. This place gets more clay than anything else I've been to. Which is a good thing in this case. Learn more clay. Cool. News. Okay. Make this now. Now to run back. A giant haystack portal. Baby giggles gleefully at you. Boss. Now off back to the swamp. Now to the obelisks down here. This one wants a death certificate. The northern obelisk calls for the proof of the dead. The afterlife is nothing if not bureaucratic. A death certificate from the Leech would fit the bill. Here you go. Humid swamp air has made the paper of the death certificate soft and damp. As you drop it into the bowl, it decomposes before you bury eyes until nothing is left. That other one? No, it doesn't have. Not that one. It wants this. The western obelisk requires a source of undead animation. Here's the necromantic charm. Place the token of undeath into the basin. It flutters like a candle for a moment before the shadowy umber of the obelisk snuffs it out. And now to get the break. Time to attack a dragon thing. One last thing. Eastern obelisk yearns for the tooth of a dragon. You haven't seen any real dragons in years, but who knows what's out in the swamp. Drake fang. You drop the sharp reptilian fang into the stone basin with a heavy clunk. It spins like a top, emitting a high-pitched whine before shattering into fine white dust. The final offering accepted, the obelisk surrounding the circle begin to hum. You hear a strange melody playing through their discordant tones. Carvings on the ground burn with renewed energy, driving away the overgrowth. Quick to step away as you feel a vacuous force pull at the circle's center. Suppose that's done the trick. Let's see what the writing has to say for itself now. You rotate your head to read the glowing letters on the edge of the circle. Place the vessel of the deceased, yada yada. Recite the evocation of necrodermis, blah blah. Apply the canopic ointment. Right, seems straightforward enough. All I need to do now is go fetch the body of that poor fool husband. Should be here in the swamp somewhere. Horse. Just dumped. Ugh, this must be where that nurse has been dumping the surplus of corpses. Let me take a closer look at each one to find the right fellow. This is an unfortunate nonetheless. Similar perhaps, but not the right body. This isn't the right one. Not the husband, this one. This poor soul doesn't fit the description. Not this one. Where on earth is that stinking body? Think I'd be able to find him among the dead here. Watch, particularly bloated fly land on a rotted hand poking out of the muck. Disgusting proboscis probes at the withered flesh. Two globular red eyes slowly unglue themselves and swiggle to boggle at the insect. Huge slime-covered tongue lashes out and pulls a hapless fly into a gaping, toothless maw along with most of the sunken corpse. Oh, I suppose that explains where my misplaced man went. Speak to the Frog King in the swamp. Where's the Frog King? There he is. Croak! Can it be? Has a lovely young morsel wandered its way into my palace? You call this filthy bog a palace? He throws his head back, shaking the swamp with burbling laughter. Smaller frogs and newts scurry out of the way to avoid being crushed by his enormous bulk. Ha ha ha, wouldn't you? This place is a veritable bounty of insects, and my subjects have had such healthy appetites, so they'll grow big and strong. I'd eat you too, but that head of yours looks much too hard for my food to be nice and tender. Yeah, look, you wouldn't perchance have seen an old man pass through, have you? That yay-high, full beard, deadish. Frog taps his finger against the log, grinning an impossibly large grin. Oh yes, I do believe I've seen the chap. It's such a delectable aroma and full of the bone ribs. I'm sorry to say that once something goes down the hatch, it never sees the light of day again. We'll see about that. I'm sure I can come up with some just desserts for you. Frog rolls his eyes around and around as if daring you to try something. Just need to make digestive tablets. Which means all I need to make is that. Because all it requires is an eye of newt, which I need to make one of these. Eye of newt and a goblin snot. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's attack a stack of wood. Let's take this here. Okay. All that's left is a goblin snot, and that's not going to be too hard to do since I am literally walking out here. The goblin should be around here somewhere. Here we go. Scare the bejeebus out of me too. Let's make those digestive tablets. Time to hand the digestive tablets over. You don't get them. Frog King rolls his eyes. Here's digestive tablets. You wrap a juicy looking grub around the medicinal tablets and offer it up to the Frog King. Your Majesty, I really must find the whereabouts of that gentleman. Perhaps a small tribute will persuade you to loosen your tongue. The frog gulps down the tantalizing meal without a thought. Ah, delectable gift, thank you, my pretty. Now I already told you where. His nostrils flare for a moment, and he seizes, sending specks of wet mucus flying. The frog's throat suddenly expands, filling with glass. The belch that erupts from its lips resonates so loudly that the entire swamp ceases its buzzing. You avert your eyes, but the noise and smell of the frog's explosive eruption almost knock you off your feet. Great Glinda's ghost, what a stench! The frog wobbles on its legs, looking thoroughly emptied. He teeters before rolling his huge body back into the swamp with a thunderous smash. Splash. You spot the slippery body of the husband floating in the bog water. Luckily, he seems to be missing bits and pieces, so he should fold up quite nicely. Stuff him into your satchel. Punishment I steal all your children. Thank you. Get nothing from me. The circle of power is ready and waiting for its necromantic purpose. Here's the corpse. With considerable effort, you unfold the husband's decaying body from your satchel and slap it down into the middle of the circle. Visible shackles wrap around the corpse's limbs and pull a spread eagle against the ground. Strange mist rises from the obelisk, casting everything in a sickening green light. Slowly but surely the corpse begins to levitate off the ground. It rotates face each obelisk one by one. Well, get on with it, I haven't gotten all day. Give the rotting head a good kick as it passes by you. With a gasp of stale air, the body drops to the ground. Suddenly it bolts upright. Gah! Speak to the husband. The zombie husband. Well, hello there. You caused me a lot of trouble, you know that. A reanimated corpse claws at his throat. Oh, sorry. Wait a moment. Near your feet, you see a disembodied tongue flopping around on the ground like a worm. You scoop it up and quickly toss it into the man's gaping mouth. Though he moves his jaw, his lurching voice seems to emanate from someplace beyond. Murderer! What? I am not. You were quite dead when I found you. No, Leech murdered me. Clutches at his hollow chest as if trying to feel his heart beating. Gave me plague, drained my blood. Leech murdered others. He swings a limp arm towards the body-filled bog. I knew there was some awful stink about that sick house. What sort of doctor infects her own patients? Check her office, find proof. Don't you worry, I'll make sure that parasite gets what's coming to her. You should head back home. Your wife is worried half to death about you. Turns and looks longingly over his shoulder. You can hear his vertebrae popping. Yes, I late. As he shambles into the choking mist, he gives you a crooked nod of thanks. Search the lease's office for the sick in the sick house. Oh. To the sick house. Leech is busy with her patients. You rifle through the contents of the various cabinets in her office, mostly dried herbs and potions. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. It isn't until you notice a suspicious-looking bookcase set against the wall. The books are all fake, just chopped down spines glued to a solid plank. Your fingers race across the medical titles and quickly find a loose volume. Flick of a switch, the whole bookcase swings open to reveal a secret compartment. Your heart jumps at the sight. Racks upon racks of bottled blood are arranged like fine wines. Each vessel meticulously catalogues the name, description, and age of its source. Looks like that thirsty slug's been sapping the living for years. When you potato, you spy a decanter half filled with ruby red liquid. You wonder whose blood it contains. A dash of salt would remind that slimy word that there's nothing worse out there than bloodsuckers. Salt the leech. What spirit salts do I have? Yes, I do. Wine just needs to be salted. You sprinkle a generous amount of embalming salts collected from the graves of the leech's victims into the decanter. As the salt dissolves into the bloody cocktail, you hear the telltale squelching of the good doctor's approach. What are you doing? Can't you say that this is my private office? I've already helped you enough, so there's no reason you ought to be here. She as hastily shuffles you out of the room. Now get out, this place is only for the sick. You're certainly right about that. You walk just out of sight before doubling back to hide behind a withered get-well bouquet. You peer at the vexed Leech as she slithers around her office, checking every cabinet and locker for tampering. She mutters something expletive about nosy old women. Satisfied, she sighs with relief and reaches to pour herself a glass from the tainted decanter. Ah, that addition of black feather adds a certain nutty quality. It will pair well with an infusion of peat moss palsy in the next batch. She takes a sip, waiting just a moment before throwing her head back and guzzling it all down. Lovely. Sharp flavour. Full body, too. Suddenly the leech snaps to attention. Her limbs start out writhing with uncontrollable gestures. She stabilizes herself against the table as sweat pools on her brow. The decanter shatters against the floor, an explosion of glass. What's happening? The leech spasms as the tendrils of ghostly spirits begin to suck the moisture from her body. You watch as she dwindles in size, shrieking like some horrible raisin. That's what you get. You inspect the mummified worm, pressing it between your fingers lightly. Drained by the very spirit she was supposed to be healing. In your fingertips, you make out the faintest of heartbeats, the soul of the leech. Yes. Snake in the forest. Let's talk to the nurse now. I don't believe it. This was happening right under my nose the whole time. The nurse takes good care of us. The air in here is cleaner somehow. I think I'm gonna be a few days yet. Feeling a lot better. Feeling much better now. What about this man? I'm on the mend. Of course you are. So the snake would be in the forest. Bliss. Don't mind me just running right by you. Hello. Love wife. Thank you, sister. He's good as new. What's he good as new? New as you can get. So, where would the snakes up here? take that and that. The lady. Well, I think I'll leave it here for this episode of Wytchwood. I'll start back here next time. So, thanks for watching this episode. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!